Hey guys, welcome to section 2. In this section, we are going to talk about something that I love, and it is called GTD. Okay, GTD stands for Getting Things Done. How do we get things done? How do we accomplish as much as we can in 24 hours or less, right? How do we make every day very, very productive so that we can grow our businesses, get into different ventures, and just maximize the amount of time that we have in a single day? So, in order to do that, I am going to share with you guys some things that I've learned from a few individuals in the industry. One is by the name of David Allen. Now, David Allen is the one who coined the phrase getting things done. His book is called GTD. He is one of the 5 top executive coaches in the United States. Fortune 100 companies hire this guy all the time, pay him tens of thousands of dollars to come and work with their executive teams for the sole purpose of helping them figure out how to get the most done and how to be the most productive and efficient with their time specifically. So here we go. Let's jump right in. David Allen, he said this in his book. He said, "The mind is for having ideas, not for holding them." Okay. Again, the mind is for having ideas, not for holding them. Okay, and we're going to talk about this throughout this whole section on how to make it so that you can take everything that's in your mind, take it out of your mind so that you can have a lot less stress and a lot less overload in your mind so that you can freely work and focus on the things that you need to focus on one at a time. Okay, so in any case, before we dive into this and learn how to build an effective system of setting goals and managing tasks, you have to know this. You have to know how to get things done. So in this section, we will discuss the importance of creating purposeful goals and turning regular task lists into actionable lists, and how this process will ultimately become the glue that holds your businesses together. Okay, so we're going to share some things about David Allen. Another individual that I highly respect is Tony Robbins. He doesn't need any introduction. Tony Robbins is one of the best positive thinkers, motivators today, and he shares a lot about how to get the most out of yourself, and all of that is very, very, very important. Okay, so let's jump right in. I am going to go ahead and pull up my notepad, okay, guys, so that we can talk about how to get these things done. Okay, so the first step in effective task management is learning how to focus on the right things. Okay, everything and everybody will be vying for your focus. So you need to understand how to turn your surroundings off so that you can stay laser focused on what you're trying to accomplish. You know, we as humans have become the most over notified and over alerted generation that has ever existed. I mean, we have notifications for everything. You know, if you think about it, and I'll draw some of these right here. So we are very over notified. Okay, and think about it, guys. And I'll just list them out, right? We get email notifications, okay? We get Facebook notifications, Instagram notifications, Twitter notifications, okay? We get notifications on when it's time to breathe, on when it's time to sleep, okay? We get notifications on our TV shows, okay? We get notifications about the weather, okay? About the news. I mean, I can go on and on and on and on and on, because in reality, guys, this is, I mean, it's what we're used to now. When before smartphones, we didn't have any of this, and a lot of us did just fine, right? You know, we get notifications on when to walk the dog, okay? And I can keep going, but I'm pretty sure you guys get the idea, right? We are just over notified, okay? In all aspects of our life, and this causes us to lose focus, right? So our focus has been choked out of our lives, and we go about our day just focusing on whatever our phone tells us to focus on, right? We're working, something pops up, says check out this, you know, this meme or this picture on Twitter, and then our focus goes straight to there, right? Focus on this, and you know, our focus is just so, it's being pulled in so many different directions, and we need to learn how to take that back, okay? And so we'll talk about that. You need to also be very clear on having a process when you're creating tasks, or else they'll become vague, or your business will suffer because you're just being overly general. Okay, so these tasks have to be very clear so that you can build your business and accomplish what you're trying to do throughout your entire day. Okay, so I'm going to share something that Tony Robbins teaches. Okay, and when he says, when you create a task, a lot of us have these to-do lists, and on the to-do list it says, become better, do better, be better, do something good today. A lot of things like that are just very vague. Build my business today. I'm going to make some calls, or follow up with some people. There's no specifics to what it is that we're trying to accomplish during that day. Okay, guys. So I'm going to share you a system that Tony Robbins uses, which he calls his RPM system. Okay, and I'll draw it out here, RPM. Okay, and this is what he teaches. He teaches that the first thing you need to focus on when you're creating a single task is the result. Okay, you have to have the result or the outcome. Sorry. You have to have the result or the outcome thought out before you create this task, okay? Because it's not, go to the store and buy something. It's the result is I want to become healthy, and because I know, or I want to lose 15 pounds in 15 days and become healthy and get some energy back, that's the result, the desired result that I want. So now my task, instead of going, go to the store and buy some food, is now going to follow that result, right? So it's going to be go to the store and buy one banana, oatmeal, and something else that's healthy, right? So he teaches that you have to have that end result in mind, right? When we build a business, that end result for a lot of us, you're going to find out, is I want time with my family, okay? So I want time. So when I'm doing a task, that task is going to, I'm going to watch out for the things that affect my time in that task. What can I do to make that task less time consuming, but accomplish the same thing? Tony Robbins teaches that a lot of the times the actions that happen, or the actions that you choose to take, don't really matter if your result, right? If the result that you want is very, very clear, the actions will all change, and they can be interchangeable. You can change things and you'll still reach that desired result. Okay. So now let's go back, and the next letter, P, is purpose. Okay. And a lot of people call this their why. Okay. So spend more time, or earn my time back, right, is the result. Purpose is why. Why? Because I want to spend more time with my children. I have 5 children. Maybe you want to spend more time with your spouse. Maybe you want to spend more time fishing. You want to become a NASCAR driver, whatever it is, right? You got to have a why. Okay. You got the result, you have your purpose or your why. And now, and only now, once you've finished listing these things, can you create the last letter, which is called massive action. Note that he did not say just create a to-do, or some kind of task, right? He purposely calls it a massive action, okay? And he means every word of that, man. He means making a massive, and this action has to be massive, something that's big, that's going to have a big impact, okay? And I'm going to give you some examples of these, but really, if you think about these 3 things, you have to be very specific about the result that you want to achieve, okay? And focus on that outcome, okay? When you're making these tasks, focus on that outcome. Second, understand the purpose in accomplishing this result. Why the heck do you even want that result, okay? What is the desired result, and why? Why is that important? Third, what massive actions do you need to take in order to accomplish this result, okay? So let me explain to you kind of the right and wrong way to accomplish this, okay? So I'm just going to put here that there are many different ways, that are many different massive actions that you can take to get a desired result, okay? So, but what I'll show you here is that when you're making these RPMs, okay, and this is you, okay, you're right here. Normally, all you're trying to do is get from point A, where you are at right now, okay? Let's call this point A to point B, okay? Your desired result or outcome, okay? So, and let me just give you an example right now, okay? Let's say that in your business you wanted to raise money, okay? You want to raise some money. So the outcome that you have is that you want to raise money, okay, for your business. That is the desired outcome, all right? And now, right, since that's your outcome, you say, okay, cool. What do I need to do in order to achieve that outcome, okay? And I'm going to show you what most people do, okay? Most people go about creating to-do lists, right? So now they're going to come in here and say, you know what? Today I am going to take this step and call around to different banks. Okay, hopefully you guys can see that. Call around to different banks. Okay, now for most people, when you look at that, you say, oh, you know, that's a good step, right? I want to call banks. Obviously, if I need some money, I'm going to call around and see who is able to help me with this desired outcome, right, or the result that I want. But I'm going to show you a different way, and this is the way that that Tony Robbins would more than likely want you to take when he's talking about massive actions, result and purpose-driven actions, so that you can accomplish something a lot quicker and a lot more clearly because you've defined it, right? You've defined it and you're very clear in what it is that you want, okay? So let's say that here's you again, right? And now here is the right way to do it, okay? And let's just put this as the wrong way to do it, okay? All right, so the right way to do it would be to say, okay, hey, here I am again, okay? Same thing, right? I'm at point A. I want to get all the way to point B. But instead of just raising money, you know, I'm going to say that I want to raise $500,000, okay, for my startup expenses, okay, and then I'm going to say C pro forma, okay. So it's showing that I've already calculated a lot of these startup expenses, so I know that it's going to take $500,000 for me to get things started, okay. And then also I want to raise $150,000 for an emergency fund. And for most people that are in business, you know that you have to have an emergency fund at all times, okay. So anyways, very clear, very concise, very precise of what exactly you want to do, okay. So in order to go ahead and make this happen, we're going to create some massive actions, right? So we already know the desired result, and the desired result is very clear, okay. Now I'm going to create some massive actions, you know, and this already has purpose too. I'll go back to that. The purpose is startup funds and an emergency fund. So there's purpose to it. There's a result that's very clear. Now I'm going to put some massive actions behind it. I'm actually going to take this and put this person way ahead already, because you've already created a pro forma that has calculations and numbers on how much it is that you need, where that money is going to go. So you're already further ahead, okay, than the person here in this in the previous example, okay. So now the next step that I'm going to take, another massive action that I'm going to take because I've done this, is I'm going to go have a meeting at 2 p.m. with John at Bank of America. Okay. Notice how specific that is. Now this also shows that instead of just calling random banks, you've already done the homework and you already are going to go meet with somebody at the bank, very specific, and you've already set up an appointment. Okay. So I'm going to go even further and say that take, it starts with the J2, take Jack with you. Okay. Jack is close friends with John. Okay. I want you guys to pay attention to this, guys. I'm moving further ahead in my line and closer and closer and closer to my end result, because look at what I've done. I've taken these massive actions, right? Very clear, very concise, and you know, I'm also using leverage of relationships too. You know, I have a friend named Jack, and he knows John very well at the bank, so I'm going to take him with me to break the ice, so that you know I automatically have someone who can vouch for me at that bank. Okay, and then now here's another massive action. It's take filled out application for loan similar to what already been awarded to similar company. Okay. Sorry, my English isn't perfect, guys, but all I'm saying here is that you went a step further and you've actually found out that at Bank of America, Jack's friend John, right, has given out a loan similar to the one that you're trying to apply for and to a similar type company as yours. Okay. So I want you to look at this. When we're talking about getting things done, right, what David Allen teaches, we're talking about creating some real, you know, RPMs, result and purpose driven massive actions. Take a look at this, guys. Who's closer to getting their money, right? Don't be fooled by people that have all these elaborate to-do list apps and all this kind of stuff. I'll share with you the one that I use. But if you look at this, guys, there's a reason why successful people accomplish what they set out to accomplish. And it's not because they have a better app or a better this or that. Their process is sound, okay? And this is taught by people that are very, very, very successful in the business industry. So looking at this, again, take a look at your to-do list. Are they this specific? Are they this well thought out? Have you done your research and homework to even, before you even create those massive actions, right? So pay attention to that, guys. It's very important, okay? You don't want to have unclear goals or unclear results and outcomes, because it'll lead to very vague and unclear massive actions, which will lead to wasted time, wasted work, and then all of a sudden in the end you don't get, right, the desired outcome or desired result that you want. Okay, so you have to be very, very specific about the result that you're working towards and the purpose or why you're working towards them. You know, the massive actions or daily tasks, they can and will change as you work towards these results. So expect to switch directions and reroute many times. Quicker, more efficient routes may come available, and you'll need to jump on them, you know, as you go about doing your work. Okay, and I'll go back and draw this, guys. I mean, it's really just, and again, I'm not the best artist, so forgive me. Okay, it looks like a backwards truck, guys, but really it's going this way. Okay, really in the end, guys, you're in the driver's seat, okay? And all you're trying to do is you're trying to get to your destination. And what I'm saying is that, hey, it is not a bad thing, right, to know that you're trying to get from here all the way to here, but that your trajectory and when you're doing this, it doesn't mean that you're going to go straight, okay? You're going to come here, you're going to take some massive actions, things are going to go well, Then all of a sudden you're going to take an action that takes you a little further away. You're going to correct, okay? You may come back up here, go a little further, and you're going to correct, right? It doesn't matter, right? You're doing this thing, okay? And the better you get, it's going to do this, and then you're going to go ahead and reach your destination and get that result, okay? The better and better you get at this, at task management and learning how to put these tasks into very clear massive actions, the better you're going to get at getting from point A to point B, right? The people that don't do their homework, that just have very vague, right, actions, this is what's going to happen. You know, they're going to start on the same journey, and they're going to come here, right? They're going to take a pit stop, right? They're going to take a look at that destination. It's very far away, you know, then they're going to start off again. They're going to go down here. They might come all the way back up here, right? Just spinning their wheels, but not really getting any, you know, much closer to their destination. And because of that, this is why you get a lot of people that burn out, okay? A lot of people that burn out, you know, they say, oh, business is not for me. This is not great. This is not fun. I've been working so hard, right? I've been driving my car so long. No one's worked as hard as I have, you know. I'm a true business owner. Look how hard I'm working. Look at how hard I'm working. And it doesn't make sense because you're not being clear enough on what it is that you're trying to accomplish. So if I go back to this, guys, I want you all to take a look at this, okay? And figure out something that you're working on right now, okay? I'm actually gonna have you pause this and go create some RPMs right now, okay? So, and just write these down on a piece of paper, write them down in a note app that you have. I'm gonna talk about the app that I use here in the next section, but create a result, a desired result that you want in your life. I don't care what it is, right? It can be for something personal, better if it's something for business, right? Because that's what we're talking about, okay? Create that result, right? Write that out, be very clear. Write out the purpose of why you want to accomplish that result. And then I want you to go ahead and write out as many massive actions as you can and be very, very clear on what you would need to do step by step, you know, in order to get to that result, okay? So go ahead and pause that. Maybe, you know, write down 1 or 2 results that you want to accomplish and write out 3 to 5 massive actions that you can take towards that result, so that as we jump into the software in this next section, you guys will understand better what it is that we're trying to accomplish. All right, guys, time to act. Push pause, write these down: results, purposes, and massive actions to get you to where you can get these results, okay? And then we'll jump into the next section. All right, guys.